So I had to get the boss that runs the place, and it is, of course, Esmée Rosman. Esmée, good to have you with me. Firstly, it's been a fantastic 15th anniversary season for us here at the BNL Karting Series, the completion of my 4th full season with the championship. How do you think the season's gone?
I think the season has gone quite good so far. I think we had full grids, good racing, good weather. This will be the first rainy weekend I had that we have. But yeah, I'm really happy with how everything has gone up until this point.
So when you took over the reins from the man, Mr. Dave Ritson, late last year, what has been the most challenging aspects of your role as the organiser for the BNL Karting Series? Because it's not just about that. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes here at Karting Genk.
Yeah, the function I took over from Dave is not only the organizer of the BNL Karting Series, but also the function as track manager at Karting Genk. And we have, I don't know the numbers, but we have a lot of races here every season, which I'm the first contact person for those other organizations. I play a big part in organizing bigger races, the CIK European Championship at Genk, the Euro Series, but also the Rotax Euro Trophy last April. So it's very challenging, as there's just so many things you have to keep your so many things you have to do, so many things you have to think about, be busy with. So that has been the most challenging part for me. It's about looking ahead and planning ahead. And of course, I know I can plan well, but it's still actually doing it. It's not that easy, but Dave has been a really good help. Work together. Yeah, I've been working here for 2.5 years now, so I worked a long time together with Dave, so I already got to learn a lot from him. He really helped me step into my role as the new organizer of the BNL. Helped me during the first weekends, and then that has been very helpful for me, so really grateful for that.
And apart from that, what's been the most exciting aspect of your job?
Yeah, personally, on a personal level, it's just, I turned my hobby into my profession, and it's something I've always dreamt about and always, knew that some way I would do it. But this has been amazing.
Yeah.
Hard working, but I think you know it as well. And there's no better thing than turning your hobby into your profession.
It's like we say in the United Kingdom, if you do a job you love every single day for the rest of your life, it doesn't feel like work, does it? That's
what I have on my LinkedIn in my bio. If you have a job you enjoy doing, you never have to work a day in your life. Okay, after a very long day, I feel different about that. But it's when you do something with passion, it just makes everything easier. And on a professional level, I think the grids we have this year in BNL, both quantity-wise and quality-wise, have been really good. So that's exciting.
What are your thoughts on the racing over all 6 classes, right the way from our youngsters coming into the Rotax racing family in micro, all the way up to the old veterans, the people that have been around for quite a long time? I mean, Carl Klibble, multi-time BNL and BMC DD2 Masters champion. What has been your thoughts on the racing over the course of the season, starting with the kickoff back in March of this year?
It really got intenser over the season, of course. The further you are in the season, the more people see the grand final tickets hanging before them, and of course they all want to win. In the end, there's only one driver each class who can be the champion. But I think we have a very high level. Like I said, we have very high level grids. Racing is really close, so that's something that's really good, I think.
Well, I mean, that really does answer my next question, which was, what does it mean to see the Rotax family being well represented with bumper grids? I mean, it's been exemplary, especially over this 4th season that I've been a part of the championship, since Dave got me involved back pretty much 4 years to the month, when I saw Mr. Joe Turney, now an OTK factory driver, literally decimate the senior Rotax field, and no one could say anything about it. it was just exemplary, and it really sparked my love for this championship. And then I got announced as the new commentator for the 2019 season. And folks, you might have already seen it on social media. Well, Esmée and I had a discussion. I'm back for season 5 next year, and I really couldn't be happier. This is a championship so close to my heart personally. But as a racer at heart, for those that don't know about Esmée, she does like to get behind the wheel, and we were here after the Euro Trophy to sample Project E20, both blown away about it. But as a racer at heart, what's it like when you're on that start-finish line and you're seeing the drivers head into the tram lines and then go racing after the lights go out? I know you'd be like, I really wish I was with them, but what as the organiser does that mean to you personally?
Well, to be honest, it's not that I think, oh, I want to be with them, because I feel like if I had that feeling, my job would be tough. If the only thing was, okay, I want to drive myself in competition, no. But yeah, I think karting, I like motorsport in general, but I think karting is the most pure form of racing we have. How close it is, how intense it is. So yeah, every time you see the start, it's just, makes my heart beat faster, really.
Yeah, and we all get those sort of like good nerves, butterflies deep in the stomachs, like, oh, I really can't wait to see what happens in turns 1 and 2. But also, we are giving away 5 tickets to the 2022 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals at the Cartódromo Internacional do Algarve in Portimão, November 19th to the 26th. And it's going to be this lady's first Grand Finals, as you will be with the Red Devils this year. Firstly, what are you looking forward to most about the Grand Finals?
I don't know. I think just being there. I really like the concept of everybody just having the same equipment, and I think that's really good. It really comes down to the driver, and I'm very excited to see. Firstly, who in the end will, of course, represent Team Belgium. Secondly, it will be very exciting to see how our drivers will do, because I think we do have some strong drivers. Of course, we still have to wait until everything is confirmed, who will actually all drive for Team Belgium. But yeah, I'm just excited to see how that will turn out, and of course to meet the whole Rotax team, Rotax drivers from all over the world, teams, mechanics.
Yeah.
That's, I think, very exciting as well.
And, well, there's 2 more questions before we flip the script, because Esmée's going to be interviewing me in a minute. How much are you looking forward to next year?
Very much. I think I mentioned it to you. I started organizing, of course, this year. And it felt like the BNL kickoff is just 3 weeks ago. It feels like that, and the season has gone by so fast. And now I'm like, it's already the final round, and I want there to be more. And yeah, unfortunately, we will have to wait a few months, but we'll be back, and we'll be better. And I'm looking forward to it a lot.
And hopefully, with more drivers making it to the grid for 2023, I'm really looking forward, and we're really looking forward to finding out when our fully confirmed calendar, which will be coming out in due course. Once everything's confirmed, we'll let you know when the dates are. Final question before we flip the script. Esmée, wet or dry?
I prefer driving in the rain.
Okay. So now the boss lady has got to ask me questions, so fire away.
One thing I'm wondering is, you always say that BNL karting series is very close to your heart. Yeah. What exactly, for you as a commentator and somebody who's really involved in the championship, is so different in BNL than other championships?
I think, firstly, apart from being the commentator, I'm also a social media manager for the championship. So I have a double purpose. And when you feel so invested, so involved in the championship from my aspect, I think it's mainly about the human aspect, because the drivers are the stars of our show. But it's the people that make it all come together. And the amount of people that I've commentated on, I still remember when Max Timmermans was battling in the first round of the Euro Trophy back in 2018 when I first came to the circuit, and they clashed going into turns 1 and 2. And it was the biggest defibrillator moment I think I ever needed in my early European commentary career. But it's about the BNL Karting Series has a fantastic atmosphere. Everyone I see, everyone I talk to is approachable, has got a smile on the face, and it's nice when you greet them with a hug or a smile or a handshake. To me, like you said about karting, it's like Ayrton Senna once said, it's pure driving, it's pure racing. And that's why this championship, I mean, yes, I'm the voice of it. Yes, I'm the person that posts on the social media, but I'm just a little cog within the bigger sort of watch mechanism of this championship. It is the people more than anything that keeps me coming back year after year.
That's very good to hear. Looking at the weekend ahead, are you expecting any surprises?
I am expecting title fights to go down to the wire. And for those wondering, the reason why this particular MacBook Pro is my go-to, and I'm actually going to show you something I don't really show people. This here is an Excel spreadsheet with 14 tabs. That's how much work I've put into this. And it's the same with everything. The reason why people ask me, how do you know so much? It's because I prepare for these kind of events. If you don't have all the information to hand, like say 143 drivers, 12 different nations, by the end of this weekend, it's only going to be 49 days until the grand finals. And by having looked at that spreadsheet so many times, it literally is imprinted in my mind. I mean, first of all, looking at the title fights, you know, Sven Lindemann, based on drop scores, is only 25 points ahead of Vic van Kampenhout. So that title's going to go down to the wire. Minimax, Boris Maximov, on drop scores, is 6 points ahead of Max Swiderski. Alexander Van Meeuwen from Belgium could spring a surprise. Even Mats van Rooyen could do that too. And with a maximum of 100 points on offer for every single driver that competes over the course of the race weekend. You know, I've spoken with quite a few drivers, Tommy van der Stroys and Scott Marsh, and also I've spoken to their respective parents as well. They've already got their tickets for the grand finals. They don't have to worry. The pressure is off them. But in juniors, it's going to be a straight-out dogfight between Mikkel Pedersen and Kasper Schurmans. And the biggest thing from my perspective, those are the two that want to go for the title and get that ticket. So for Scott and Tommy, it's have fun with your friends, go out karting. Yeah, if we win a race, great. If not, it's not the end of the world, but we're going to have fun whilst doing it. But the biggest title, there's two other big title battles as well. And it's a repeat of what we saw in the Euro Trophy. Sean Butcher versus Kai Rilets. Now, this is where it gets interesting. After Marienburg, Kai Rilets flew out of the gates, whitewashed the field at back here in the April bank holiday weekend in Easter. But then Sean Butcher didn't have the greatest race weekend. It was Kai Hunter that decided, right, I'm going to come in, and he had a tune-up race ahead of the Euro Trophy the following week and swept the board. But the person that's been making most ground, and it's great to see women being represented in this championship, Eliska Babičková. She is at the front of the field, and she has got a clear gap between her and other competitors, you know, the likes of Jaden Thien, who was a misfit stealing Kai Rilets' bike when I was trying to do some recording after the Euro Trophy at Marienburg. And yeah, Kai and I have got a running joke on that one. I'll speak to him about that a little bit later. But Sean and Kai have already qualified. Eliska is the one that could, I mean, she's shown it before. She's had 3 second places this year. And the Babičková family are quite talented. Denny Babicek, the young brother of the quartet, is doing micro and mini this weekend. And I have to say, real credit to Teresa. She had a really nasty accident back at Freaka at the Red Bull Ring. She is actually here supporting her siblings. And it's really good to see her up and about after, you know, what had been a very, very difficult season for the young lady from the Czech Republic. But Eliska, and keep an eye on her sister Petra. You know, Petra won a B final earlier on this year for seniors. DD2, Glenn van Parijs. He's not that far back as he thinks, because on drop scores between him and Mark Kimber, who's the Euro Trophy champion, Mark doesn't need to win a ticket. What Glenn's got to do is make sure that he just finishes in the top 3. because Ragnar Veres has already qualified.
What Glenn needs to do for next time, be on time with the briefing.
Yes, I will be talking to him about that a bit later. But the other one, we've got a great fight. Last year's Euro Trophy champion, Paul Louveau, is leading, but not taking drop scores into consideration. Because when you look at the drop scores, Ian Getz, who I spoke to earlier on today, is ahead by 4 points. Yeah. This is going to come down to the wire. I'm looking forward to seeing how Luca Filipponi gets on against Michael Becker, last year's champion Carl Clebor, who won the title on the last race through a disqualification for Rue des Champions. You know, if he gets into the top 3 at the end of the season, the Bakker is going to be very, very happy indeed. But it's the title fights. You want a championship decided down to the wire, and you want to see people that have an opportunity to go for a ticket to the grand finals to put everything into it, and I expect nothing less.
Final question. Do you prefer to drive on a wet track or a dry track?
Well, from my perspective, it doesn't really matter, because come wet or dry, I'm up in the commentary box.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Esmée.